this video, I'm going to look at how to propagate new lavender plants from seed and from cuttings. So we'll cover both. And now is a perfect time. It's June in the UK, in the southeast here of England. So it's a perfect time to experiment with either seeds or cuttings. Now, there's one thing to be said for growing from seed. It's a long process. I find the plants aren't really viable for a couple of years. I mean, they're just very small and it takes them a long time to be a reasonably sized plant. From cuttings, they will get into a bigger plant much more quickly. So in that way, cuttings are an advantage. But lavender, of course, you can sow as many seeds as you like. You get a lot in a packet. And so you have to weigh up the pros and cons of what you're doing, how quickly you need them and how many you need, and how confident you are with either or process. Although I said you can sow them from seeds now, I have sown lavender seeds quite successfully in the winter sowing method, starting them in sort of January, February in the bottles. For those of you who don't know, the winter sowing method is when you just use a bottle or milk jug as a propagator, as a mini greenhouse, and you sow whatever seeds you want. Bottle will act obviously as a greenhouse and protect them from the elements, etc. And then when the conditions are right, the temperature is right, the seeds will germinate. One of the advantages of growing lavender this way is that they benefit from a period of cold stratification. They can benefit, not always. Sometimes the seed manufacturer will already have done that process for you, but they do benefit sometimes from a period of cold stratification. So if you're sowing them in sort of January in the winter sowing method, they will naturally experience that cold stratification in the frost and the colder temperatures. And then as soon as the warmer weather arrives, that will stimulate the plant to growth. So it kind of gets a more natural start. But that being said, you can sow them all the way through to sort of August. So it's June now, so it's also the perfect time for starting them. When you've chosen your seeds, you need to mix your compost. I mix my compost 2 cups of really good multi-purpose compost with 1 cup of sharp sand. I mix that thoroughly through because lavender, even the seeds, need free draining soil. They don't want to be sitting in a bog, they will rot. So the sharp sand adds the free draining element to the soil and helps the roots develop when they're trying to work their way through the soil. When you've mixed your soil, you need to wet it and make it moist, because you can water it after you've done the seeds, but if you do that, you run the risk of sort of watering off all the seeds and they'll just disappear and they might even flood over the top of the pot. So the best thing is to just wet the soil before you even start. The seeds are very fine, as you can see here, so they're almost impossible to see on top of the compost. Then you sow the seeds on the surface of the compost, rub your finger around over the top to make sure that they are evenly distributed over the compost, because they're almost impossible to see. Then you put a fine layer of the soil, compost, sand mixture over the top of the seeds. I mean, a really fine layer. And then you put the propagator lid over the top of that. I will actually stand this in a dish as well, and I will bottom water to keep it moist so that the seeds don't dry out. The dryness is the enemy of the seeds and the cuttings, so you will need to keep them moist. Having said that, the mature lavender plants, of course, can tolerate a short drought quite well. So that's the seeds done, and they do take a while to germinate. So don't be panicking, but don't let them dry out. When you're doing them in the winter sowing method, you actually don't have to worry so much about the moisture, because, in the winter, it just doesn't dry out in the same way. But if you are in a very dry climate, do give it a tinkle of water. Right, so that's the seed starter. So you can choose your method, whether you want to just do them the regular way in the garden in summer, or whether you want to do the winter sowing method. The winter sowing method is handy for people who don't have a lot of time, because you can actually just sow them and forget about them until almost the spring. Obviously, if you're in a dry climate, keep your eye on them and water them. But other than that, they will take care of themselves. Eventually, they will germinate and then you can pot them on. Right, so the next stage is to take them from cuttings, and you can do that also now anytime from spring. Spring is a good time before it's even flowered, is a really good time to harvest lavender cuttings, right through to July anyway, possibly August. That would involve taking hardwood cuttings, and we're going to take sort of soft to semi-ripe cuttings, which is when the stem is still green. It's firm, but it's bendy, so you don't want it too floppy because it will wilt. So you want something a bit firm but still green and bendy. That's the perfect time. to take your cutting. So I'm using the same recipe for the compost. I'm using the 2 parts compost with 1 part sand, and then I'm looking for a cutting that has nodes, leaf nodes that are quite close together that I can use for a cutting. The nodes will be where my roots are going to generate from. That's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a stem. So when you're looking for where to cut, you want to cut above the woody stem. So where the last year's growth was, it'll be brown and woody like a twig. And then new growth shows as green, pale green like this here. And you want to cut just below a node where the leaf nodes are there. You can see I'm going to put my snips in there if I can hold it straight, and then snip there. And that is just below a node there. All right, so we've got our lavender stems, and what we don't want now is we don't want the flower. We don't want the cutting putting energy into growing and developing that flower. But what we do want to do is we want to take off these bottom leaves, and where those leaves were is where we're going to get a root. So that part is now going to go in the compost, and that is where we're going to get new baby roots from. So I'll show you again. You see these bottom stems here. You could have 3 or 4 sets of leaves on them. Because these stems are so short, I'm going to risk it with just this 2 sets of leaves at the top. And then you can see here where the other leaves were, that is where all the hormone is concentrated. And that is where our roots are going to come from. So we're going to press that into our nice, damp, moist compost. And then we'll just do another one. And what I should have also said is you should really use sharpened, clean snips, because I didn't, and I smushed up the node on one of these lavender cuttings. So snipped, as you can see, just under the node there at an angle. Take off those leaves, and there you are. That is your cutting. So that node that you took the leaves off, just to reiterate, is where the roots are going to come from. So that needs to be under the ground. And you can do a longer cutting like this one here. If the nodes are not nice and close together, the leaves are close together, you can use more leaves. You don't just have to use 2. I'm just using that because my material wasn't the greatest at this time of year. It was a bit leggy, but that's fine. So then when you've processed all your cuttings, as repeated here, as you can see, there's another one I've just done, and that's going to go in there. That one goes in the middle because you can fit a few in each one. Now we put the lid on, and that creates the humid environment that is absolutely essential for creating those roots, because, as I say, if they dry out, they will just die. If they're too wet, they will just die. But by moisturizing the compost before we started, it should be at just about the right moisture content. And then this will go in the same part of the greenhouse, in that shady spot under the tree leaves, where it will be nice and warm, but it won't receive direct sunlight that's going to evaporate it and dry it out. And as you can see, I've put it in a little tray here so I can keep the moisture content topped up, and it will steam up like these cuttings that I've done here. It's going to steam up inside the bottle. And actually, I'm going to put the other one in a tray as well, the seeds, so that I can also bottom water those. So there you have it, 2 ways to do lavender. You can either do them by seed, by cuttings. Both are quite easy. They're pretty good plants to grow for beginners. And I would say the only drawback of growing from seed is that it is such a slow process. So, but give it a go, because I always think you learn a lot by trying all the different processes. All right, that's it. So thanks for watching. And if you liked the video and found it helpful, then obviously don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends, watch my other videos, have a check out of my back catalogue and all that jazz. And also you can visit my website, where most of my videos are curated, at www.jillbrotherton.com.